Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me again for another video. This is a Friday Sews video, so as always a huge thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for setting up this fabulous hashtag. If you're new to my channel, then you're very, very welcome. Or if you're a regular viewer or subscriber, then welcome back. Thank you as always. And I would also like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's watched any of my previous videos, in particular my Friday Sews from last week. Thank you for all the best wishes on our little holiday. So more about that in a minute. And also for all the comments and the understanding about Vlogmas, because I won't be able to do it this year just because of work commitments, family commitments, the time it takes to edit the content, all that kind of stuff. Very tough decision not to do it. I'm a bit sad not to do it, but I think it was just the right decision for me this year. But I'm really looking forward to watching everybody else's Vlogmas. There's been a kind of a murmur about it in the vlogging community, so I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with. But I will be doing a festive Friday Sews instead. So thank you very, very much for all the love on that. So to catch up on what I've been doing for the past week, so as I mentioned, we had a lovely little trip away last week. The four of us went up north. We went to Belfast for the weekend, which was lovely. The weather did actually cooperate by and large, which was fabulous. We stayed in a wonderful hotel, which is really kid friendly. It was great. They had plenty to do. It was really, really great. We went to a few museums. We went to children's museums, and we also had the day at the zoo, which was just wonderful. So my boys had the best weekend. They absolutely loved it. Everything had a kind of a Halloween slant to it, which was wonderful. We decorated pumpkins, all that kind of stuff, and my boys just adore Halloween anyway, so they were perfectly happy. So it felt like a really long break away. It was great. We were just away from Saturday to Monday, but it felt much longer. It felt like a really, really lovely weekend away. So it was great. Good for the soul. So aside from that, this week, I've just been doing a little bit of sewing, which I'll talk to you about very, very soon. But something else very exciting I did this week was I went to a mosaic class. So my lovely friend found this class. She actually found it on Instagram, and the girl's name is Fia Mosaic. I'll link everything below, and she does classes in Dublin. She does day classes, half-day classes, evening classes, things like that. So my friend texted me saying, did I want to go? I said, yes, of course, that sounds wonderful. So I went along, and it was such a lovely, lovely evening. So the girl who runs it, Fia, is fabulous, very, very knowledgeable, and her talent for the mosaic is just fabulous. Her husband makes the cookies and the cakes and serves the tea, which is just gorgeous. So to sit around all evening doing crafting, having tea and cake is just the best way to spend the evening, and of course with wonderful company. So I shall show you what I did. So you can choose whatever project you like. We just did an evening class, so it's about 3 hours. So obviously you're limited as to your time, but so I wanted to make a little tray, and then she presents it to you then in a lovely little box to take home. So all I have to do now is just do the grouting. So it's glued on, but I just have to do the grouting, so I might do that this evening. So, and this is what I made. So I chose to do a little tray, which is cute little heart, and then I was swayed totally by the little festive nature, so I chose to do holly. So she had a little coaster with holly leaves that I kind of was able to copy the shape. So you get to cut the tiles with the little snippers, everything like that. You get to do the little circles, plan where you want everything to be, glue it on. So it's really full on, and cutting the tiles is a bit tricky and a bit scary at the start, but you do get used to it. So I did the little holly, the holly berries, little glittery bits, and then did all the background then in this lovely white ceramic tile, which is so much fun. So it's all glued down, but as I say, I just need to do the grouting, which will fill in all these little holes, so I just have to wait for it to get nice and dry. So here's my little tray. My lovely friend made a beautiful big coaster. She did little flowers, a little bee. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and it's just the nicest way to spend an evening. I would highly, highly recommend Fia's class. As I say, I'll link everything below. She has a fabulous Instagram account, the most beautiful pictures, and her stuff as well is just exquisite. It really is. And I think mosaic anyway is just such a skill to do it right, but it's just a really, really fun activity, so I would highly recommend it. It's just a lovely, lovely way to spend an evening. So that's my little tray, which I'm super proud of. So that was lovely. So I shall move on to my sewing, shall I? So I think you can guess what I got made up this week. This is my Lynn hoodie from Patty Do. So I had never really heard of Patty Do patterns before, but I saw the lovely Steph on Instagram. She owns Fabric Romance. She was wearing a Lynn hoodie one day, and I thought, oh, that looks really, really nice. So I had a look at Patty Do patterns. They have some lovely, lovely ones and a couple of free patterns, which is always great. And then I found this fabric last week on Carlo Fabrics, and it just spoke to me. So it's a beautiful foil jersey, and it's fleece backed. Beautiful. It washed perfectly as well. No hassle. So I thought these two would make a perfect pairing, and the Lynn hoodie was on my autumn makes. my autumn plans I should say. So I got this made up, so it was actually very, very quick. I got the pattern printed and the fabric cut out one evening, and then I got the actual garment made up the following evening. I was so terrified cutting this out because it's such precious fabric, it's gorgeous. I'd never made a patchy do pattern before, so I didn't quite know about the sizing. The size I made has completely gone out of my head. I think it was a medium. I'll pop it here, apologies, but whatever size it was, I just made a straight size, no alterations, and the fit is pretty good on me, pretty good. So I was terrified cutting into this, so I said, right, no, let's just do it. It gives you dimensions for the cuffs and the waistband, which I don't really like. I prefer having the actual pattern piece, and in the end I did have to make the cuff an awful lot bigger than they suggested. I did cut out the cuff and waistband in this fabric, but I thought it was just too much. So I had to root around my scraps and I found this lovely grey fabric. It's either a cotton jersey or a very, very lightweight French terry, but I think it matches perfectly. It's got thumb holes in the cuffs, which are fabulous. So you just top stitch these down, which is very quick and easy. I did make thumb cuffs last Christmas for my older boy. There's a free pattern on Waves and Wild called Thumbs Up. I'll link it below. And for that, it's a very kind of intricate way of doing it. So you don't top stitch, everything is enclosed. So it's much more intensive, but it gives a nice finish. But here, I don't think you notice the top stitching at all. I think it came out quite well. And I think the cuffs, it's a really, really nice detail. So I didn't add any length to the cuff, to the sleeve, which I ordinarily have to do. So no, the sizing on this is just great. So it's got the most enormous hood. So I'll put it up for you. Here we go. Huge big hood. And I lined it with the fabric just on the reverse. So we've got the fleece, huge big hood. It does say to put in a little cord here, which I didn't do because I've got small children. I don't like having cords like that, but I just left it and I just edge stitched the edge here. I think it gives a really, really nice effect. It's a huge big hood. It's fabulous. My overlocker was surprisingly well behaved, putting in 5 layers of this fleece fabric. So thank you very much, overlocker, which is over here. And then I say it's got lovely cuffs, and then it's got the waistband, and then it's got the most fabulous pockets. So they're top stitched down here. Pockets sit in. There's a tiny little thing here so you can see your lining fabric here, and then I've lined them on the reverse with the fleece, which I think looks great. So here's the little pockets. I'll pop in some pictures as well, hopefully, if I get them. But yeah, so pleased with this, so pleased. So there's no written instructions, or if there is, I couldn't find them. You have to follow along a YouTube video, which is fine. It's in German, but there's English subtitles. I found it very, very easy to follow along. Really nice instructions, really clear, excellent a view of like the sewing machine and what she's doing. Absolutely brilliant, no hassle. Ordinarily I would have shied away from YouTube video tutorials, but really, really good. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Patchy Patterns. I have plans for more for sure. So that I was so happy to get this made up. The next thing was my Recital blouse, which I got finished, which I was almost finished last week. So I think I just had to do a few little, the sleeve and the buttonholes, I think. So they went in very, very nicely. So I've got all the buttons, the buttonholes done, all that. It's a lovely shirt. Again, I'll pop in pictures if I have time to take them. They've got lovely princess seams down the front. It's got the full collar, it's got the full yoke on the inside. It's a really, really nice shirt. I did have to take off about 6 inches off the length. It's such a long shirt, so it's at a length now that I really like it, because I'll probably end up tucking it in. It looks really, really nice with a Marlowe cardigan, and I just think it's really smart, either just with jeans or with a skirt or with trousers for work. I think it's a really, really great pattern, so really happy to get this done. So as I mentioned, I'm going to call this my Sam shirt, because So Let's Sparkle with Sam, love her channel, link it below. She loves stars, so it just reminds me of her. So there we go, that's my Recital blouse. So 2 things done this week. That probably finishes off my autumn makes. So I think there's 2 makes I didn't get done for my autumn plans. They're going to roll to my winter makes, I think, because now I'll move on to what my plans are for next week. I think I am in full on a gift November festive sewing, winter sewing mode. So I've done really well for autumn, and next week I'm hoping to plan my autumn makes video. So for all of these I'll go into more detail in my makes video, so more detail than I do in my Friday sews. I also want to film my A Gift November vlog, which is going to come out on the 11th of November, I believe. So that launched this week. So I'll link below the launch video from Alison. So fabulous. I love this challenge so much, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all the vloggers on the tour this year. So I'm keen to get mine started. I have some really, really nice ideas that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So I'm in full on festive sewing mode, I think. And the 2 ones that I didn't get made up for autumn, which were my leggings and the cuddle cardigan, I think I'm going to move to my winter plans. So I'll have a winter plans video coming out over the next few weeks, but now it's full on gift November territory, which I love and I'm super excited about. So that's about all I have for you this week. Will I get it in just under 10 minutes? possibly I will. So thank you as always for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about my makes, what you're getting up to for your sewing this week. I love having the chats with you. I really, really do. Thank you so much for taking time to watch and to comment as always. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you consider subscribing. I hope you're all well. I hope you get time for some lovely, lovely sewing, and I will hopefully catch you all again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.